the honor to be here to talk about something that's been a part of my whole life. And yes, lots of things have been a part of my whole life, but there's some staples in your life, and my staples have been good family, good friends, and hockey. And the friends that I've gained through hockey over the years, we laugh at our old guys hockey, the old Eagles hockey, because lots of guys we play hockey with now in our 50s were guys we played against as teenagers and fought and caused trouble on the ice, and these guys you wouldn't talk to when you were younger, well now they're some of your best friends. And that's all that happens in sports. I love looking around at the old pictures in the room. What's the date on this, you guys? This picture here. What got?
1968.
1968. So let's do some math here. 68, 32,
Are you there?
15. 47 years ago that
the first
picture
year of
was
high school.
taken. What I find interesting is, yes, it's a high school picture, but even as you look around to some of these adult pictures, the men are all young. Even the ladies' pictures, they're all young. Now, that picture was taken, what did we say, 47 years ago? Let's jump ahead 47 years from now and imagine what this room would look like. Well, I'll tell you, the pictures on the walls in 47 years from now, the pictures wouldn't just be young people. They'd be people our age and older. I was talking with Glenn earlier, telling him I play in a league in Ottawa. Guys in their 50s, 60s, and 70s. My heroes and role models don't play on Hockey Night in Canada any longer. They did when I was a kid. Don't get me wrong, I love watching NHL playoff hockey. My heroes and role models are the guys on my hockey team that are 73, 74, almost 80 years old, and I look at these guys and I say, you know what guys, my goal is to someday be you. And I plan to be, and I plan to play hockey until I'm done. Now, in 47 years from now, this display will have all kinds of pictures of older folks playing hockey. A lot of you know I'm in tourism. I do a lot of tourism promotion. What's key to what we're doing in tourism, because a lot of the Ottawa Valley is about outdoor activities, older people, adults aren't quitting things. I don't remember watching my dad or my uncles play hockey, because they didn't. When you got to be an adult, you quit playing kids' games and you just worked. Well, we don't quit playing hockey, we don't quit kayaking, we don't quit bicycling, and that's good news for those of us in the Ottawa Valley that promote outdoor adventure, because we have all kinds of people to sell our stuff to. Hey, people don't quit stuff. But anyways, I could go on quite a long tangent about that. I love looking over here at the Barry's Bay Community Centre. I remember playing there as an 11-year-old. Going in that rink, I can imagine walking through those doors and knowing that to the left was a canteen. Further to the left, you took another right turn, you walked underneath the stands where you dressed. And I know that just by looking at that picture, like it happened yesterday. Had a wonderful...
And the referee's room was heated. The players wasn't.
Isn't that interesting, like you remember that? Yeah. Was it beside the wood stove?
Well, there used to be the boiler room, and then everything, the farther down you dressed, the colder it got.
Memories.
So
that's why the visitors always got the far end.
I was going to say, the visiting team got the far end, right?
Hey, Shawville did the same thing to us.
How true. How true. I had a wonderful opportunity several years ago. I was asked to play for a bunch of guys on a hockey team, and Anya's got the shirt on there, the Valley Heavy Pucks. And I told my friends, I said, I'd love to play on this hockey team, however, we're about music and poetry. I'd like to share a poem as part of being on the team. They said, well, Chris, what do you call your poem? I said, well, it's not written yet. So I wrote a poem, had a wonderful opportunity to perform my poem at the Almacombo Rock Club in downtown Toronto with my Heavy Pucks friends. They're musicians. What they did with my poem, they did something very special. And they accompanied me in the background during the verses with guitar music. However, the chorus, is very simple. G'day, folks, welcome. The chorus is a very simple line, and it's, I should remember this, I wrote this. Water off, blade up, water on, blade down. What that represents to me was the year I got to drive, see that? I didn't have to drive. I got to drive the Zamboni in my local Eganville rink, the same rink where I played minor hockey as a kid. I coached and refereed minor hockey. My grandfather helped build the original rink back in the early 1900s. My mother, Barbara, was the first president of the minor hockey, first female president of minor hockey in Eganville. So these are my memories. And I'm driving the Zamboni around and all the stuff comes flooding back to me. So the chorus, water off, blade up, water on, blade down, what that represents is that when I got on that Zamboni, I thought, okay, I'll just drive it around in circles and the water just magically comes out. What I was taught, that's not how it works. When you bring that Zamboni back over the section of ice that you have already watered, you have to turn the water off. Otherwise you get water on top of water and you get a big pool of water. Also, there's a big blade in the back of the Zamboni mechanism that scrapes off that little bit of ice and snow so that you're flooding on some fairly smooth ice. So that's the blade. So I was taught water off, blade up, water back on, bring the blade down. It was all done with a wheel and a little tap. And it was by this hand, yes. So that's what I learned. You just don't drive around in circles. So the chorus, water off, blade up, water on, blade down, I would ask that you repeat that. You don't have to say it in any order because it still sounds pretty cool. But what my heavy puck buddies did is when the chorus, and I will indicate the chorus is happening by putting my hand up like this, and what they all did was they snapped their fingers. So like everybody, if you have a free hand or hands, put your hands up in the air, snap your fingers. And that represents the mechanism inside the machine making a little bit of noise, the finger snapping, and you'll get to do this 4 times. So, it's water off, blade up, water on, blade down. So could you repeat that, please? Water off, blade up, water on, blade down. You guys are awesome. Do I have to tell you what the story is? I think you'll figure out. It's my life in hockey. And it's 5 chapters. I happen to be in the last chapter, and I'm okay with that, because I plan that this last chapter will last a long time yet. And as I said, I've got friends in their late 70s playing hockey. They're my idols and role models, and I plan to be them someday. I call this poem Ovally Connecting Dreams. Water on, blade down. Christmas morning excitement. Rip wide open boxes exposing musty smells. Shin pads, elbow pads, hockey gloves, shoulder pads. Scratchy maple leaf shirt. Itchy chemise les habitants. Neighbors used equipment. We didn't care about the smells. Toque-covered heads, soft leather ankle skates, roughly chopping on frozen Canadian landscape. Frozen ponds, frozen toes, frozen fingers, frozen ears. Gently thawed by a mother's hot chocolate, waiting patiently after the long walk through the bush home. Water off, blade up, water on, blade down. Will we ever get to play in the big barn where the big boys play? It's a barn, yes. Minor hockey registration, $8 per child, $4 for each additional child. Red lines, blue lines, boards, offsides, face-offs. When will we learn all the rules? New friendships, new challenges, new coaches. Brian, Brad, Willie, Tony, Dennis. Community men teaching us the game and the values that go with them. Drop the puck, excited kids all wanting it. Bunching up in the corner without teamwork, like seagulls on a French fry. Rewarded by Dad with a pop and a bag of chips. Water off, blade up, water on, blade down. To test our own fired pumping tendons, carving accurately for maximum performance. Junior hockey days with dreams of much bigger games. Pretty girls' glances causing fluttered stirrings. Hard muscles executing power plays and penalty kills. Regular shifts preparing you for the next one. Bus rides to new towns. Winning more important than participation. Games with strategies and desired outcomes. My homework can wait till tomorrow. Water off, blade up, water on, blade down. Beer league camaraderie, new communities, new friends. Pals and their wives that would hold your babies in their arms. Once a week pickup still played with passion. The outcome is not important, it's predictable. Foamy amber liquid, overflowing frosty mugs, clinked weekly in ritual and celebration. Celebration of our Canadian culture, our own children now playing minor hockey. will we do as good a job as the coaches from our memories? Water off, blade up, water on, blade down. The old man continues his celebration. Friends dying will not get in his way. They would expect no less from him as he would from them. Body scarred from a surgeon's knife, enabling him to play just one more game, please. Stretched into dozens with his failing body, sudden death with its new meaning haunts him as he stretches to corral the puck. One-on-one with his arch nemesis, the goalie. Let's go upstairs, his mind tells him, not understanding where the message came from. It's an angel's voice he hears. Surprisingly hard shot. Where did that come from? His last, as a red light goes on, and the rink lights go out on a man and his game. Oh, but he will play tomorrow, but St. Peter will be the referee. Water off, blade up, water on, blade down. Sharp, crisp ice. New, sharp and clean and shiny, waiting patiently for the next generation's dream. Thank you. As you can see, I'm in the last chapter. Hopefully that will be the longest. Thank you very much, folks, and what an honor it is for you guys to be here.
Thank you so much, Chris, for coming and animating our exhibition.
Thank you.
It's a real treat.